Here is just a life-altering point that all of us need to take in. You were made to be delighted in. Okay, that was part that is a just as you have a stomach that was made to digest food, you were made to be delighted in. You were created to be the object of God the Son's pleasure and joy. And if you stop and search your heart, you'll actually know that's true. Because inside every one of us, there is just this kind of massive, cavernous craving to be liked, to be appreciated, to be accepted, to be loved, to be cherished. Why does that exist in every single human being? Because from the beginning, when God made everything, He made us creatures that were meant to be delighted in. But the absolute tragedy is that when we sinned, we lost the delight of God. And in our sin, we became unacceptable and displeasing to Him. And that is something that a human being cannot bear up under. We cannot handle that. That is why we so desperately seek the praise from other people and acceptance from other people. We have people sacrificing so much just for a little bit of commendation from my boss, or they're throwing themselves into probably not good relationships because they just need to feel loved and accepted by someone. But we all kind of know it's not enough. We have this craving to be delighted in that nothing in the world is able to fill. But the good news is that God the Son, eternal with the Father, in His love for us, He wanted to restore us to that place where we are the object of God's delight. And so in order to do that, He came down. God came down from heaven to earth. He became a human being like us, and He lived just a perfect life, an absolutely worthy life, a life that God could rightly be delighted in. And when God the Son had achieved that, He then took it and traded places and gave that life, that status, that delight to us. And in exchange, He took our sin, our failure, our undelightfulness, I don't know what word to use for that, and He took it on Himself. This is what 2 Corinthians 5 says, right? For our sake He made Him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in Him we might become the righteousness of God. He took everything in us that was displeasing to God, put it on Himself, and He who, look at verse 30, and I was daily His delight. For eternity past, Jesus was delighted by His Father, but on the cross, He lost the delight of His Father, and He was displeasing to His Father, so that our sins could be taken away, so that we could receive the delight of God once again, so that we could be restored to that place. And in Psalm 16, Jesus says this. He says, as now that He's done all this for us, He says, as for the saints in the land, they are the excellent ones in whom is all my delight. My friends, I know some of this has been complex, but just please do not miss this point. Dear believer, God delights in you. Now, it's not just that He has forgiven you. It's not just that, He puts up with you because He has to. He delights in you. You are the object of His joy and His pleasure, not because you're worthy of it. You're not. But because He is gracious and He's restored us to that place